In 1943, at the peak of her Hollywood fame, Rosalind Russell vanished. No public appearances, no movie roles, nothing. She simply disappeared from the limelight for decades. The official story was exhaustion, but the truth, as revealed by her son Lance, was far darker and more devastating. This shocking revelation is just the beginning of the untold story of Rosalind Russell, a Hollywood legend who not only faced personal heartbreak but kept secrets that changed the course of her life. What happened to her during those years of silence? The answer might surprise you, but hold on. There's more to uncover, including her real birth year, a heartbreaking moment on Oscar night, and a side of Rosalind Russell no one ever knew. Born on June 4, 1907, in Waterbury, Connecticut, Rosalind Russell came from a wealthy and prestigious family. Her father, James Edward Russell, was a successful trial lawyer, and her mother, Clara McKnight Russell, was a fashion editor for Vogue. They lived in a grand 18-room house, a far cry from the humble beginnings of most Hollywood stars. But despite their wealth and status, Rosalind had other dreams. Her name, unlike what many believed, wasn't inspired by Shakespeare's As You Like It, but by a steamship, the SS Rosalind, on which her parents had traveled. This unique name mirrored the path she would later take in life, one full of rebellion, independence, and an unshakable drive for something more than what was expected. Raised in strict Catholic schools, Rosalind's life was sheltered. Yet, from a young age, she craved freedom, excitement, and the thrill of the unknown. At 19, she secretly applied to the American Academy of Dramatic Arts in New York City, knowing her parents would never approve. She lied to her mother, claiming she wanted to become a teacher of dramatic arts instead of pursuing a career in acting. That small act of defiance would set the tone for the rest of her career. It was this boldness that later shone through in her roles, where she often portrayed independent women who stood up for themselves, traits that would define her legacy. After graduating from the Academy in 1929, Rosalind began her journey to stardom. Her family wasn't thrilled with her decision, but she was determined to succeed. She worked as a fashion model, posing for top designers, but her eyes were always on Hollywood. It wasn't until 1930 that she made her first significant breakthrough in Garrick Gaieties, a Broadway revue that ran for 161 performances. Her performance was so impressive that it gave Rosalind her first taste of fame. She wasn't just another pretty face in the crowd, she was on her way to becoming a force in the entertainment world. But Rosalind wasn't done yet. In 1931, she took a daring step that would shape her career. She joined a stock company in Saranac Lake, New York, where she performed a new play every week for 7 months. The experience was grueling, but it helped her grow as an actress, teaching her to think on her feet and adapt to any role. She then moved to Boston in 1932, where she joined Edward E. Clive's repertory company. It was during this time that she recognized the importance of voice acting in the era of talkies and began taking singing and voice lessons. While she briefly tried opera, it soon became clear her voice wasn't suited for classical singing. Undeterred, she focused on Hollywood and film acting, determined to make her mark. In 1934, Rosalind made the bold move to Los Angeles. She signed a contract with Universal Studios, but her time there was far from ideal. On her first day, she felt ignored and unwelcome. She quickly realized Universal wasn't the place for her, and just when she thought all hope was lost, MGM, the most prestigious studio in Hollywood, took notice. Rosalind had a plan to escape Universal, one that involved making herself so unappealing that they'd be forced to let her go. And she succeeded. With messy hair, smeared makeup, and an awkward, clumsy demeanor, Rosalind made a terrible impression on the head of Universal, Carl Laemmle Jr. When he let her go, she rushed to MGM, where she signed a contract just 17 days later. At MGM, Rosalind's career took off. She landed her first big role in Evelyn Prentice, starring alongside William Powell and Myrna Loy. Though her role was small, she made an impression that was impossible to ignore. But it wasn't until 1939 that Rosalind truly became a star, with her iconic performance in The Women. Landing the role of Sylvia Fowler wasn't easy. Director George Cukor initially wanted someone else, but when that actress couldn't take the part, Rosalind seized the opportunity. Despite multiple failed screen tests, Rosalind refused to give up. spending $500 of her own money on a custom outfit and studying panther movements at the zoo to perfect her role. Her determination paid off, and the women became a massive hit, making over $2 million and cementing her place as one of Hollywood's top comedic actresses. But behind the scenes, things weren't always as glamorous as they seemed. On set, Rosalind had a notorious confrontation with her co-star, Paulette Goddard, during a catfight scene. After 14 exhausting takes, Rosalind accidentally bit Paulette on the leg, breaking the skin and requiring 3 stitches. The studio concocted a fake story, claiming Paulette had hurt herself while horseback riding. Rosalind deeply regretted the incident, but the two eventually reconciled. This behind-the-scenes drama, though not part of the final cut, became one of Hollywood's most famous moments. But Rosalind wasn't just dealing with emotional and mental struggles, she was also hiding a significant secret about her age. Like many actresses of the time, she lied about her birth year to stay relevant in an industry that prioritized youth over talent. For years, she claimed to have been born in 1908, but after her death, it was revealed that she was actually born in 1907. This small deception, though seemingly minor, reflected the immense pressure she faced as a woman in Hollywood, where beauty and youth were often deemed more valuable than the skills and experience that come with age. The revelation that she was 33, not 32, when filming His Girl Friday, casts a new light on the sacrifices she made to maintain her career in a system that often overlooked the older woman in favor of the next fresh face. Rosalind's personal life was equally full of contrasts, blissful moments mixed with deep sorrows. She met her future husband, Frederick Braun, in a charmingly improbable way, thanks to Cary Grant's matchmaking. Braun was so taken by her performance in The Women that he jokingly said he would either marry her or kill her. As fate would have it, the two eventually wed in 1941, with Cary Grant as their best man. Their marriage lasted 35 years, a rarity in Hollywood, and together they had a son, Lance, in 1943. Despite her success, Rosalind's personal life wasn't without hardship. Her health began to decline in the 1960s when she was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis, and in 1969 she was also diagnosed with breast cancer. The pain of both conditions would become an ever-present part of her life. Yet, even as her health deteriorated, Rosalind continued to work, performing in both films and on stage, even though her physical condition was rapidly worsening. Her strength during these years was not just physical, but emotional. In the 1970s, Rosalind became a fierce advocate for arthritis research, using her celebrity status to raise over $20 million for the cause. She also helped pass the National Arthritis Act in 1974, a significant achievement that provided funding for research and treatment. Even while suffering from the debilitating effects of her illnesses, Rosalind worked tirelessly to bring awareness to arthritis, speaking at medical conferences and inspiring others with her courage. Sadly, in 1976, just months before her death, she gave her final public speech from a wheelchair at a medical conference, still advocating passionately for a cure. Rosalind passed away on November 28, 1976, but her legacy endures. Her story is more than just that of a glamorous star. It is one of resilience in the face of overwhelming challenges. Beyond her iconic roles in films like His Girl Friday and Auntie Mame, she was a woman who fought against the pressures of Hollywood, battled chronic illness, and used her platform to make a lasting impact on the world. Her son Lance continued her advocacy through the Rosalind Russell Medical Research Center for Arthritis, which still helps millions today. Despite her struggles, Rosalind never gave up on her career or her causes. She showed Hollywood how to be bold, independent, and unapologetically yourself. Her autobiography, Life is a Banquet, and a 2009 documentary about her life revealed the true depth of her character: funny, honest, and ever determined. Rosalind Russell's life, filled with both triumphs and setbacks, continues to inspire generations, a testament to her enduring legacy and the strength she showed throughout her remarkable life. What a journey, right? From battling personal struggles to leaving an incredible legacy, Rosalind Russell's story is one for the ages. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more Hollywood insights. Stay tuned for more jaw-dropping tales, because in Hollywood, the drama never ends.